Do you know what water, salt, and air have in common?
Matter?
Everyone, we are grade 12 STEM students, and today we will discuss the classification of matter. What is matter? Matter is anything that has mass and occupies space. It can be classified in two different groups based on its composition and properties. In this video, we will explore different types of matter using real-life materials that we can find at home, in schools, or in our community.
First is an element. Do you know what is an element? An element is a pure substance made of only one kind of atom. First example is gold. Gold is an element because it contains only gold atoms. It is shiny, malleable, and a good conductor of electricity. Second example is oxygen. Oxygen is also an element. It is a gas that is important for breathing and supports combustion.
Next is a compound. A compound is a pure substance made when two or more different elements chemically combine. Example number 1 is water. Water is a compound made of hydrogen and oxygen. Its chemical formula is H2O. Next example is table salt. Table salt is sodium chloride or NaCl. It is made from sodium and chlorine chemically combined.
Homogeneous mixture has a uniform composition. This means its components are evenly mixed. For example, salt water. Salt water is a homogeneous mixture because the salt dissolves evenly throughout the water. Another example is vinegar. Vinegar is a homogeneous mixture because its components are evenly distributed.
Homogeneous mixture has a non-uniform composition. Its different parts can usually be seen. Oil and water from heterogeneous mixture because they do not have mixed evenly and form separate layers. Fruit salad is heterogeneous because we can use the different fruits separately.
A solution is a homogeneous mixture where a solute dissolves in a solvent. Example 1. Sugar water. Sugar is the solute while water is the solvent. The sugar dissolves evenly in the water. Example 2. Salt water. Salt is the solute and water is the solvent. The salt particles spread evenly throughout the water.
Colloids. A colloid is a mixture where very small particles are spread throughout another substance. The particles do not easily settle. Example 1 is milk. Milk is a colloid because the particles are dispersed throughout the liquid. Example 2 is mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is also a colloid because tiny droplets are dispersed in another substance.
Suspension. A suspension is a heterogeneous mixture containing larger particles that can settle down over time. Example number 1, muddy water. Muddy water is a suspension because soil particles can settle at the bottom. Example number 2, sand in water. Sand does not dissolve in water and eventually settle at the bottom.
Acids. An acid is a substance that produces hydrogen ions in water and usually has a pH below 7. Example number 1, vinegar. Vinegar contains acetic acid and has a sour taste. Example number 2, lemon juice. Lemon juice contains citric acid and is also acidic.
Base is a substance that can accept hydrogen ions or produce hydroxide ions in water. Bases usually have a pH above 7. Example number 1 is baking soda. Baking soda is a weak substance and is commonly used in cooking. Example number 2 is soap. Soap is a basic and can help remove oils and dirt.
What is organic substance? An organic substances are compounds mainly based on carbon and commonly contain carbon-hydrogen bonds. First example is sugar. Sugar is organic substance because it contains carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Second example is cooking oil. Cooking oil contains carbon-based compounds, making it an organic substance.
Lastly, we have inorganic substances. These are substances that generally do not have carbon-hydrogen bonds. Sodium chloride or table salt is an inorganic compound. Water is also considered an organic substance because it does not contain carbon. To summarize, matter can be classified based on its composition and properties. Understanding this classification helps us identify and explain the substance we see and use every day.
Through this activity, we learn that correctly classifying matter helps us understand the materials we use every day. It helps us know their properties and how they're different from one another. By learning about elements, compounds, and mixture, we can better understand the things around us and how they are used in our daily life.